And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Flashback Comics here in Woodbridge, Virginia. I am your host and store manager, Troy David Phillips, and with me today, this handsome gentleman in the bow tie.
As
Earlier,
usual.
He was wearing the Inspector Gadget jacket, which I thought looked really spiffy.
Should I wear that instead? I can go get it.
If you'd like, you are a fashion plate here, Kevin. You are definitely.
That's what I wore to work. I had a meeting.
Yeah. Kevin rolls out of bed looking like this.
Yeah. Anyway, so we've got comics this week.
Yes, we do.
Some of which were from last week, but we're just going to say they're this week because why not?
Those were your choices.
Yeah, I got
my choices are much more contemporaneous.
I got two of my 5 choices are from last week, but it was Thanksgiving week and Troy was out of town. He couldn't be bothered to show up.
It's because I was in a plane coming back from Dallas, Texas.
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 When I'm in in the Dallas area, I like to shop. And I talk about only shops that are greater than 100 miles from here. Lone Star Comics. They're in across the street from Irving Mall. I like that one. That's my favorite.
Didn't go anywhere near them.
Yeah.
Didn't really have time to.
Yeah.
I would go there and check them out and say hi. Actually, I did stop in their store once back in 1990.
Back in the last time I was a regular customer there was 88, I think. Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
We only missed each other by like 2 years.
You know what? Actually, I take that back. I did come back for 10 weeks in 1990. Yeah, 1990.
Wow. Well, I don't know how you missed me. I was right there.
He was right there.
We
could have been in the same comic book store at the same time 24 years ago. That's weird.
Yeah, wow.
I'm getting old.
On that note, I'm rolling into comics.
Brand new comics.
So, Kev,
yes, sir.
I can't believe you didn't pick this up. I can't believe that you missed it, that you glossed over it.
I missed that one,
you weren't
too.
Paying attention. But, dude, check this.
All right.
I'm leading into your microphone here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, my first pick this week from Boom Studios.
Boom.
Escape from New York #1.
Bada boom.
Okay. Fans of the other John Carpenter, Kurt Russell comic adaptation, or comic sequel, really, Big Trouble in Little China, come check this out.
So this isn't an adaptation. This is, in fact, a sequel.
As I understand it. Now, I've not had time to go through this one in as great a depth and detail, but the interior is looking spiffy. This is... who doesn't love Escape from New York? Of the two films, Escape from New York and Escape from L.A., Escape from New York is definitely the better of the two films.
Like the cover says, Escape from New York is #1.
Oh, man, it's got gritty action. I'm seeing some bloodshed. There's a pretty woman in the front seat with Snake Plissken. There's shotguns. Stuff is getting busted. I see barbed wire. This comic,
Shuriken.
This comic has got it. If you were a fan of the film, definitely pick this up. Boom Studios is doing a great job with the Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah, Big Trouble in Little China. So check out Escape from New York. And then sit down and watch the movie again. You know, it'll be a thing.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yes, sounds good to me, too.
So my first thing from this week, which was really from last week. Spider-Verse. This is one of the Spider-Verse spin-offs. Well, not really a spin-off, but inclusives. Amazing Spider-Man #10, volume whatever. But it's Amazing Spider-Man #10, and this is including the Superior Spider-Man. So is there an extra-dimensional Doc Ock version of Spider-Man back in our world? I don't know, but we're going to find out when I read that.
Well, I was just looking at the funny little descriptor there of the self-ascribed Superior Spider-Man. I actually liked the Dr. Octopus Superior Spider-Man.
I thought I was going to hate it. In fact, I saw Dan Slott with a huge line signing, what was it, Amazing Spider-Man, whatever it was, when that whole swap occurred, when Peter supposedly died and Ock took over that giant size issue, and I was at London Super Comic Con. And all these Brits were lined up, and I said, "Screw you, Dan Slott! I'm not into it. I'm not buying it." And honestly, it was not Brand New Day. It wasn't something to get angry about. It was actually kind of a cool thing. Even though it bothers me when they're like, oh, we're going to kill this character. Just kidding. A year later or 3 years later or 10 years later.
Had you been following the Spider-Man story up to that point?
I was behind.
Spider-Man.
I'm catching up. I'm catching up now. With the help of Troy David Phillips, you too can catch up.
Yes. So
come in here to his store.
We got Kevin caught up to Amazing Spider-Man 700, and we're getting him through Superior Spider-Man. One day, Kevin's going to be able to read this month's comics this month.
Yeah.
Don't know when that day is coming.
I'm reading them in little stacks. Like I've been reading a bunch of different Spider books.
Like what, 3 at a time?
Hey, look. I have a toddler, so just keep that under consideration.
I have an adult.
I have an adult. It's so weird to say.
Yeah. I have one of those things.
Yeah. Anyway.
So
my next. Oh no, your next one.
Yeah, mine. You ready to see my number 2 pick?
I am.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna mess up my order a little bit here. I'm going to
my order too.
I'll lean into your microphone here. Guardians 3000, issue number 3. Okay, if you've been following this book up to this point, you've seen our team of Guardians from the future, the 30th century characters, 31st century, I keep saying that, where they were in the midst of a daring raid that was going badly. Characters were falling down dead, and we're realizing that we're in a time loop, and we have to do something different. What we were doing before is just getting us killed. We go this way and not that way. Okay.
It's like you're going back to a different page on Choose Your Own Adventure, or you're in Groundhog's Day, or being as though this is Guardians, maybe you're in Rocket Raccoon's Day.
Well, now here's the thing. It made me think positively of the film Edge of Tomorrow. Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow.
I've still not seen it.
You need to see that.
I hear it's actually really good.
On demand. It's definitely well worth watching. That was 2 hours of my life that I was happy to surrender.
Oh, I watched Snowpiercer, and that was we'll get into that later, but my goodness.
So on the cover
Captain America is in it.
I showed them the cover, but notice the classic iteration of Star-Lord.
Oh, okay.
That's like, you know what that screams to me? That screams to me old Claremont Burns Star-Lord, the man who inherited the universe. That was when we liked both the father and the son. That Dad wasn't, that jerkhole king of a people.
Jason.
Yeah, that he was likable. That's what this reminds me of.
All
Takes me back to a happier time with Star-Lord. Guardians of the Galaxy, both iterations. Well, I should actually, let me recant that a little bit. Guardians 3000, the previous Guardians of the Galaxy, the Nova series, seen a lot of Marvel's classic Bronze Age galactic characters like Monarch Moonstalker and Star-Lord. Obviously, the current day Guardians are all made up of those characters, but I like the throwback.
Okay,
I definitely like the throwback.
I'm really enjoying it, and I can't wait to read the 3rd issue.
Do you have Marvel Premiere with Monarch Moonstalker?
I don't.
Oh,
well, at least I don't think so.
Maybe I can help you with that.
I don't think I do.
Oh, well.
What year was this?
It was the 1970s.
Probably not. I don't have a ton of them. I've got just kind of a small handful of Marvel Premiere.
Oh, I think I might actually have 2,240 pounds of Marvels. That would be a ton.
A metric ton.
It would
rather than just a 2,000 even.
That's a short ton. I will not be cheated of my Marvels. You will give me my other 240 pounds.
Troy likes his tons like never mind.
Yeah, don't go there.
He likes them long is what that's all I'm saying. He likes them long.
Take me to the other 3,000, Kev.
Yes, sir. The other 3,000. Let's see, that's why I went over here. Justice League 3000. This is me, Kevin Gaussoin, the guy who likes New 52 a whole lot of nothing. But you know what's in this issue? Blue and Gold. I love Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, and I can't wait to read this comic. Is this the first time they've been back? I know. Booster Gold has been back a little bit, but has Blue Beetle been in this in New 52 up till now?
Not this iteration, no.
I can't wait. This might be the way to pull me back in. It's a weird way to pull me back in, but I'm into it.
Well,
I really love Blue and Gold. I mean, if a comic's got them in it, like even like the cheesiest, most pandering to me, like when they brought back they did a return to the throwback Justice League.
I can't believe it's a Justice League.
Yeah. It's like that was. I mean, it was cheesy and just. Cheesy and more cheesy.
I have a love-hate relationship because it was actually funny and it was actually enjoyable.
Just funny, but
I had just gotten to the point where I felt like, now bear in mind, I was coming back into collecting the Justice League regularly. I was just getting to the point feeling like I could take this team seriously.
Oh, and then they come
Grant
out with that.
Morrison, the Mark Waid. I'm like, okay, the Justice League's not a joke anymore. It's not a comedy book. These are the characters of the DC universe. These are the iconic heroes. And what is this? Read it, and like I said, it's actually funny. I have a love-hate relationship with it. It's it's up in the air.
Did you not like it back in the 80s?
Initially, I did. The thing I had a problem with was keeping with the continuity and going. Guy Gardner here in Justice League was not exactly like Guy Gardner in the pages of Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah.
Batman in Justice League was not like Frank Miller Year One Batman, Detective Comics Year Two.
There are so
Batman.
many different takes on Batman over the years.
Sure,
even if they occur in the same universe.
But at that time, Batman was serious everywhere except here.
Yeah.
That was, we didn't even have Batman the Animated Series back then.
Speaking of Batman, I caught up on Gotham, and I'm liking Bruce Wayne now. Shocking.
The show is pretty incredible, is it not?
It's suddenly credible. I'm like, oh yeah, all these things that all these good things that people have been saying about it. Oh, all right, I'm starting to buy in.
Incidentally, we didn't talk about it. We'll talk about it later. But I'm going to just say here on the air, Kev,
yes, sir.
You should check out Gotham by Midnight. It's an interesting
Not Gotham by
story.
Gaslight.
Not Gotham by Gaslight, no.
Because I have that.
Oh. And he's finally getting caught up to read it.
No, that was decades ago. Come on.
Two of them.
Yeah.
So Justice League 3000,
number 12.
Guardians 3000,
number 3.
Now I'm going to do a DC. You ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready for this.
One of my favorite comic book writers, the lovely and talented Ms. Gail Simone, promised and has now delivered The Secret Six.
Oh, I'm buying that too. She told me I had to. On Twitter.
I think she told me the same thing in person.
She said that if I didn't, there was something involving a Merkin. I don't know, but there was a threat involved, and so I'm just going to buy it.
I think the threat involved a bodkin, which is actually a double-edged dagger.
That's not what it was.
Fans of the old Secret Six, remember them? Deadshot, Catman, Scandal Savage, Bane, Ragdoll.
Those are the ones I like.
Yeah, well, and we all remember in the Secret Six that characters died. It happened.
Are those on the wall?
Not yet, but they will be.
All right, keep talking.
Yeah. Okay, so Gail Simone's Secret Six, which grew originally out of the Villains United, spun out from the Infinite Crisis time era. Gail is back on the Secret Six. This is the new 52 version of the Secret Six. So a lot of these characters are going to be a little bit different from what we've seen previously. I am hoping certainly to see some of my faves, but pick this up. Gail Simone has been doing amazing things in her career, her time with DC Comics, her time with Dynamite. Secret Six is... Kevin, what are you doing?
I'm looking for Secret Six. I'm not leaving here without it.
That's what he says. So while he is so busy and distracted, Secret Six #1, I think I'll go on to my next one, no matter what you say. And you know what? I picked that up, and now I'm going to show it to people. Ladies and gentlemen around the world, Captain America, Peggy Carter, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Issue number 1. This is a big, thick comic, by the way. This thing has got a huge page count. Are you... What are you doing?
I'm putting on my stuff like you told me to.
Yada, yada, yada. Inspector Gadget. Yada, yada, yada. Da.
Yeah, so Peggy Carter, what were you saying?
Okay, so I was saying... Peggy Carter, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, this is one of Marvel's reprint specials where they bring several books together. Like I said, it's a thick book. It's a lots of pages in here. Yeah. Here, flip that.
That's no joke. But
well, but see, crack it open. The first thing you get is the Captain America. Here, show the people. My hands are full.
I think this is probably at least 4 comics worth.
Captain America and the First 13. That was. One of 5 one-shots that Marvel released at the time that was leading us to Captain America, the First Avenger, the movie. Oh, man, check that out.
The first 13, the first Agent 13.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, man, Captain America and the Falcon 184. Wow. Tales of Suspense, number 77. There's some good stuff in here.
Yes.
They did not reprint the Iron Man versus Ultimo part, but otherwise, yeah. Pick this up, ladies and gentlemen. Captain America, Peggy Carter, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and get ready for the Carter, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
TV show.
The TV show. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to think of.
Interviews with those folks still to come on ComicsOnline.com or ComicsOnline.blip.tv.
ComicsOnline.com?
Yeah.
Well, Kevin, if I were interested in hearing any of those podcasts, what would I do?
You would go to iTunes, or you could go to bit.ly/ and it doesn't matter. Go to iTunes and search for Comics Online, all one word, always, and download all the latest. And I don't know, we've got a couple of hundred of episodes of podcasts, but even better if you're more into the video, those of you who are more into the video, go and check out both our YouTube and our blip.tv.
Kevin?
Yes, sir.
Did, in fact, video kill the radio star?
I don't know, but it looks like Sharon Carter spit in the face of the Red... Sorry, Peggy Carter, the original, spit in the face of the Red Skull. She was not taking his baloney.
No, she is not. She is tough as nails. There's no two ways around that.
Yeah.
While Kevin is so distraught... Wait. I just did, too. So, yeah Captain America, Peggy Carter, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., Secret 6, written by Gail Simone. That's going to be awesome. Kevin, what do you got for me next?
Well, another excellent writer that we've talked about before, Jim Starlin. Thanos versus Hulk. What's up with that? Do you know about this? Because I don't know about this.
I knew it was coming. I was avoiding getting into the spoilers, but I knew it was coming.
And it's a Jim Starlin cover.
That is absolutely beautiful. Yeah. So I'm showing off a little bit on the inside here. This is a fight I can't help it. I am a little bit excited about the prospect of the incredibly powerful Thanos fighting the strongest hero there is, the Hulk. Ironically, I don't know if you were reading the Thanos quest back in the 1990s, early 1990,
probably,
where Thanos was collecting the 6 gems to put together the Infinity Gauntlet, and he remarked in her monologue, fighting Champion of the Universe, Tycho Slatteris.
Yeah.
That fighting Champion was a lot like fighting the Terran hero, the Hulk. Parenthetical, Thanos said, a confrontation I've tried to avoid over the years.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I guess he's not avoiding it anymore.
No.
This is looking pretty good. Jim Starlin is awesome when it comes to the cosmic. Jim Starlin took his, obviously created Thanos, Drax the Destroyer, remade Adam Warlock, remade Captain Marvel.
And let's not forget Dreadstar.
Yeah, and this is not the first time that Jim Starlin has taken a turn at the Hulk in a story. He might not have been the regular writer or the regular artist on the book, but he's given us some good stuff with the big jolly green behemoth.
I'm into it.
Yeah, I am too. So
yeah. Let's
TVH, people. TVH. Thanos versus Hulk.
All right. Shall I do my next one?
Sure. What the heck?
All right. Keeping it cosmic, let's talk Legendary Star-Lord number 6.
Legendary.
And now it looks like we've got a what's Yondu's race again?
They are the Centaurians.
The Centaurians. We've got a female Centaurian, and do you know who that is on the cover there? What's the character's name?
Actually, I don't. I'm looking and I'm thinking to myself that we're going to see some characters that are contemporaneous as opposed to characters who have already been established in the future. Remember that Yondu was believed to be the last of the Centaurian race until this was disproven, first with the character Photon, I believe her name was, and then later a hidden colony where Yondu left the Guardians and went back to that colony to establish himself as their holy man.
Weird, but cool.
It was very cool. It was very cool. It was a time of changes for the Guardians of the Galaxy at the time. The Jim Valentino series, you remember?
Okay.
Where Martinex actually left the team and founded the Galactic Guardians. Yondu had left the team. We had gotten some new characters on board. There had been big changes for Starhawk. There were changes for Vance Astro, who became Major Victory. There was a lot going on, which helped us to kind of break out of the 1969 mold that the characters had felt kind of shackled to over that time. Yeah. So I am appreciating very much the efforts to tie the two Guardians books together by sort of setting up, here's a Centaurian from the 21st century, Yondu is a Centaurian in the 31st century. There it is.
And also, it looks like we've got maybe a Skrull and maybe a
Space Knight?
Yeah, but not only a Space Knight, but a what do you call the... what's Lalander's race?
Shi'ar.
Yeah, maybe a Shi'ar Space Knight, which would be pretty darn cool.
Well, let's crack into that and see what we get.
I'm into it,
but not right this minute.
Not right this minute. Because first, what's your next one?
I'm gonna give it a 1-2 punch here,
please,
because I want to chat up a couple of indies. We've covered pretty well on Marvel and DC, aside from Escape from New York. But I want to do indies one more go round here. First, from Avatar Press,
Dark Gods number 2.
Dark Gods number 2. Now, Dark Gods number 2 has several variants, one of which is my favorite from Avatar, the wraparound cover. I personally pick up Uber and God is Dead, and I get their wraparound covers. I got the wraparound covers to Ferals when that was being published. Gravel, the Combat Magician, I got the wraparound covers on that. Now I'm trying to pick some good interiors here that...
Obviously, this is not safe for... This is a mature reader's book.
Yes. And so I'm trying to pick pages that won't offend the sensibilities of our parents of younger children. This book is pretty edgy. Avatar books do not downplay the violence. Often there will be strong language, mature themes and situations. It's like R-rated cable up in here sometimes. In any event, though, Dark Gods, smell that.
Avatar books used to smell gross. They used a different printer than most of the rest, and they used to smell. They don't anymore. So hey, thanks, Avatar.
And my number 2 of my indie picks,
The Autumn Lands Tooth and Claw number 2.
Yes, Tooth and Claw number 2. Now, this is also rated M for mature. It probably won't be as edgy as a look at this is just beautiful as an Avatar book. Kurt Busiek is the writer on this one.
This is that one with all the anthropomorphic animal people.
Yes, the society where they use magic, where they cultivate magic and use it to they trade with it. It's their currency, and how the upper strata of society maintains their status. We also saw that they crashed a city trying to rejuvenate magic in their fairy tale land, if you will.
Like you do.
Things are going to turn upside down. This is only the second issue. We're very early in, but Kurt Busiek is an amazing writer. I think I've liked just about everything that he's thrown down the road. If I've seen it when his name's been on it, I feel pretty much confident that I can pick it up and read it, and I'm gonna like it.
Speaking of crashing a city, tonight on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Oh my goodness, they're crashing Adelan. Spoilers. They're crashing Adelan.
This guy, my goodness.
Well, I mean,
your spoilers.
Well, they sent. I mean, there was a little clip. There was a little 2-minute clip that they sent out last week saying, "Hey, we're back next week, and here's a look." And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna get there via Puerto Rico. There's a portal in Puerto Rico."
So, hit us up here, Kev.
Let me hit you up with Angela, Asgard's Assassin, #1. Obviously, this is a Marvel book now. This is not Image. This is not Todd McFarlane. Sorry, Todd McFarlane. How about you eat Neil Gaiman shorts? Angela, Asgard's Assassin. It seems interesting, and I gotta have it. So
Gillen.
It's Kieran Gillen, not to be confused with Karen Gillan from Doctor Who.
Yep. Phil Jimenez, Tom Palmer. Oh, Tom Palmer as an inker. Let me just say,
remind me what that sounds very familiar. What am I not remembering?
Oh, my God. Tom Palmer and John Buscema. They were the inker team on the Avengers. It was amazing. Okay. Tom Palmer on anything is good.
This cover art has a very painted Sienkiewicz-y look with the hair flowing.
But not quite as impressionistic.
No, more realistic.
Yeah. Let me find a good. Oh, wait, that's just an ad. That's a shame because there's some really beautiful interior pages to this. Angela is, as watchers of the show know, Angela's a Marvel character, and she's been featured in the pages of Guardians of the Galaxy, and it was revealed in Original Sin that she is Thor and Loki's half-sister, and that their realm, it was the 10th realm of Asgard before it was severed and sent adrift, and it was part of Odin's Original Sin. And here we are now, Angela, Asgard's assassin. What does this mean?
There are variant covers. I'm just showing people.
Oh, of course you are.
Yeah, what does this mean to the new Marvel Universe?
Does Asgard need an assassin? Wait a second. Is she going to be doing this for the All-Mothers or for Odin? It's only the first issue. I can't wait to crack it open and see what goes on inside.
I really love this art.
The artwork is just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
So, we're up to the +1 part now.
Oh, yeah. So there's our top 5. And like I said, this is the Christmas season. This is the holiday season. And so we want to make sure we hit our +1 and get a non-comic. My pick this week is the Walking Dead 2015 calendar. We've got, looks like 12 months. You know how some calendars are 18 months or whatever, but looking at the back, it is just a January through December.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
12 months.
Yes, indeed.
12 months of artwork.
Didn't mean to run over you there, but I just wanted to let you know that I still do have copies of the Walking Dead soundtrack on vinyl here in the store.
That's a thing?
That's a thing.
I might have to get that. How much is that?
For you, $2,200.
Oh, it's up there.
It's up there. It's on
$30. Better come in here and buy. They've got 2 up there, and who knows how many Troy has stashed away. But come in and grab that because that sounds awesome. If you've got something to play it on, which I don't, so you're probably going to beat me.
Yeah, you know what? I saw a record player turntable on sale.
It's like USB, right? I need a new USB one.
It was at Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to go to a high-end electronics store or anything. Barnes & Noble, the bookstore.
Right.
They had a record player for sale.
Yeah.
I was that close.
To actually buying a record player.
Yeah. However, we had already purchased a television and a microwave, and I kind of wanted to nix any other major appliance purchases.
Fair enough.
You ready to see my +1?
Yeah.
My +1 is actually 3. 1, 2, 3.
Image firsts.
Image firsts. #1s for $1. If you did not originally pick up Invincible #1.
Get it.
Wicked and Divine #1.
Get that too.
Outcast #1.
Not to be confused with the band of the same name.
No, not at all. Those are the latest from Image, #1s for $1, Image firsts. We got them here at the store, and yeah, Although, if you pressed me, I might be able to find a first print Outcast #1.
You know
but
what
it will
I really
not
want?
be $1.
You know what I really want, and this is a true thing.
What do you tell me what you want? What you really want?
I buy, and this is in the realm of +1 and in comic books. I collect with Invincible. I started collecting Invincible late, and so I started with those the $30 hardcovers, not the huge hardcovers, and not the trades.
Not the trades, but
that in between size.
Yeah.
If you get those, I'm gonna buy those from you as well, because I like having a library of that particular title. It's like the only title I do this with, but I love those. And by the way, for those of you who have not started with Invincible yet, come in here, pick up this #1 for $1 if you love it, which you probably will. Pick up the best bang for your buck, the best value for your money is to get these $30 hardcovers, because, and I've done the math, it ends up being the best deal, because you end up with 12 to 13 issues for $30, which brings it down to less than it brings it down to cheap. Let me put it to you that way. Well under cover price, and and it's a nice nice for your library.
Well, for those who are so interested, we could explore your various options. There are, of course, the big omnibuses, and some people like those.
They seem too clunky to me. I like the middle size.
And I'm of a mind with you. And then there are those though who like the trades because they transport easily.
They certainly do.
They transport very. It's like shove it in the backpack and take it with me. Like put it in a bag and a board, and put it in my carry-on or whatever.
Can I get something? Can I get personal with you right now?
You may.
Sometimes I go to bed and not wear a shirt. Troy was talking earlier about not wearing a shirt. And I want to watch a show. And I put my laptop on my chest. Well, I can only do that for a very short show. Otherwise, my laptop's going to burn my chest. And so what do I get? Invincible hardcovers. Thank you, Robert Kirkman, for giving me Invincible hardcovers that I can put in between my bare skin and my laptop so I can watch television in bed. I might be watching The Walking Dead. It'd be just a Kirkman threesome right in my own bed.
I don't know how Mrs. Gaussoin feels about that.
Robert Kirkman loves it. Let me tell you. Never mind. Don't ask me how I know. No, he's a wonderful person, and there's never been any significant physical contact between us. Although my son, I do have video of my son punching him in the jaw. True story.
Oh, my God.
ComicsOnline.blip.tv, and you can watch that, too. My son is dressed up as Invincible. Bam.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
So... we talked comics?
We did.
We talked +1s.
We did.
We got a little crazy.
Yeah.
You ready to go get some dinner?
I am. Hey, tell the folks where they should come to purchase all this lovely merchandise.
We are here right off of Smoketown Road, right beside the Boston Market in Woodbridge, Virginia, ladies and gentlemen. Flashback Comics. I'm Troy David. I'm here a lot in the week. I do get days off, but sometimes I have other things to do in other places. But I will be more than happy to answer your questions, point you out some comics, help you with gift-giving suggestions. If there's someone on your list, they're a comic fan, and you don't know what comics they have, well, maybe there's an action figure for them. Maybe there's a statuette or a bust, or maybe there's a hardcover or a poster or something a little unusual that you could pick up for them. Doesn't necessarily have to go into their comic boxes.
Or maybe even a game or a coin.
There's all sorts of possibilities. I will throw those suggestions to you. We'll see what works for you, and you can monopolize as much of my time as can be monopolized at that time.
So make sure you not only follow us, subscribe on YouTube and subscribe on iTunes, but also
like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube.
And do the Instagram thing as well, because we're here.
Tumblr
too. Once in a while. Tumblr's a little underused, but yeah, Tumblr too.
Write up a review on Yelp and, give us a Google review. You know what? Come
show
into
us
the store,
love, and we'll show you the love. That's the bottom line. So we'll see you next week, and we'll see you for part 2 right after this.
Part 2.
From leaping tall buildings to going off like gamma bombs. Switch your internet browser to ComicsOnline.com.